Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Excuse me. Again, glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. I've been absent several days. Absent from social media. If not absent from myself, as I've attempted to come to grips with something that was always there. And basically, for the first time, I could see the line from the beginning all the way to myself and all that that meant. I could see how many children died in the attempted prevention of me being here. I could see the anguish and pain of the mothers and fathers who would lose their lives in a feeble attempt, a useless attempt, and helpless attempt to save their children from someone hell-bent by decree to murder every last one of them because of the fear he has of a God. He did not rely on his God, mind you. No, he put no trust at all in his own God. He put his trust in flesh and bone, and sword, and spear, and bow, and arrow, with rope and fire, screams and anguish by the hundreds. By the hundreds. He brought to them judgment out of fear, and failed, which is obviously. This would be repeated several times throughout history. This would also be part and parcel and program to what is our reality today. The black man's reality, the reality of Christianity, but in a overall generalized fashion, but the black man and who he is. Thousands have been murdered. I mean, you have no idea. Once I could see the line, I could see the timeline, and you guys have come up with all of these new terms, like gaslighting, and a trigger, and things like that. So I've had to keep up with the language while at the same time trying to understand what's really happening. And it has been something else. And once I could see the line and see the whole picture, it was profound. It was more than profound. It was like a kick in the gut. It was a kick in the gut because I guess that I didn't recognize the reality of it all. Don't misunderstand me. No, but knowing something is one thing. Understanding it and putting yourself there is a whole different thing. And that's what I did. I came to grips with it, and I put myself there. It's ugly. I can, out of my own memory, anyway, things have happened that have make me reflect backwards 55 years and re-see things again with a whole new understanding, with a whole new perspective, And then I could connect the dots. Murder upon murder upon murder upon murder. It doesn't matter what you may call it. I mean, every trick in the book has been used, and I guess what I found shocking the most is the overall willingness of the rest of the world to indulge. I found it profound. It made me understand how big the enemy ship is, how vast the enemy net is, and how fearful his life has to be if he still thinks of himself in the masculine form. So far, he has presented himself as part of everything else. A part of a bull, a part of a goat, a part of a woman, a part of a man. He's just confused. But I'm not confused. I'm not confused. He may be confused about a whole lot of things. I'm not confused about anything. Not anymore. Confusion is over. It's nothing like coming to the understanding that there's a being out there who's dead set on taking your life. End of discussion. And have shown you that he will do it. And even in this life cycle, and I've lived many, but this time is personal. I mean, it wasn't personal at first. It really wasn't. I seen it as me living out a character in the book of Revelation. Well, in the Bible. It was simple as that. It's just business. Here's the script. Here's what you need. Here's what they need. Now let's roll with it. But somewhere along in there, it struck home. No, you're not a character. And they're not characters either. The rest of them might be characters, non-playable or not. But you two are not characters. No, 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 no. Not at all. Not by definition. Like this isn't war by its truest definition. The enemy that I face is formidable only in the sense of that he has a grip on the minds and the consciousness and the bodies of humanity. Outside of that, he's not a roar. He's a whimper. And you can tell him I said it. He's not a roar. He is a whimper. In a discussion, he should not even respond. He knows what I know. He's a whimper. He gains power through your weakness and through your fear and through your lust. And I'm not necessarily talking about sexual lust. I've seen people lose their lives over fucking car rims. Now that's some kind of lust. Would you believe a dude? And you know what? It was strange. Every morning I would pass by this gentleman's house at the same time, 7:18, 7:19 a.m. He would be outside, shining his rims. This was back in 2000 or so. He'd be outside shining his rim, rain, sleet, or snow. Well, one day I passed by there, and he wasn't shining his rims, and his car was gone. By the time I got home, I watched on the news that he had been killed. They came and they robbed him of his car and his car rims, and he chased the car down on foot and got shot, dead. May I ask you a question? Was that not his God? Was that not his God? Did not he sacrifice his life for what he loved the most? But that's a different tangent. That's a different tangent. That's a whole another hour. People make gods of anything. Trust me. Gods of this, gods of that, gods of this. Who would make a god of the wind and the god doesn't control the wind? Who would make a god of the storm? Baal, and they don't control the storms. Who would chop people's heads off and roll them down pyramids as they watch, screaming that we must have done something wrong, that we must sacrifice our bodies and our children's heads to the gods to to make sure we have a good harvest next year. Now, what happens when the good harvest doesn't come? Now they want to kill everybody, and that's the reality. And that happened right up the road in Latin America. You call them Aztecs, you call them Mayans, but this is what they indulged in. Have a bad crop, and a lot of people lost their heads. They would go to extremes. See, I'm going to make the connection here. Stay in the damn car. They would tell every tribal family, you have to give up one of your children. They are obsessed with children. I mean, man is obsessed with his own offspring to the point of doing some very horrible shit. It is a weirded out obsession. A very weirded out obsession. But again, I've heard of some things, and I've been some places, and quite honestly, I've seen some things. I've seen some weirded out shit. Like I said before, you have to draw the line somewhere. I mean, to come into line with reality here. If you can take a child, and snatch him from the parents at 7 years old, 8 years old, make him shoot a man by 9 years old, have an AK-47 in his hands by 11 years old, known as a child, a soldier, and anally raped by the so-called leaders of the liberation. This is in Liberia. People are crazy everywhere. So what came out of this? What is it about? I'll get back to that. You guys are sick. You really messing up in a big way. A big way. I would just back away from the children and give them 50 feet. I mean, we're going to hurt you really bad over them. I mean, we're going to hurt you. It's unfortunate that you can only take so much pain before you die. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate that you can only take so much pain before your body goes into some kind of shock and then start to acting all weirded the fuck out, and then I'll just get out the pain. I'll just fucking die then. Why, you weak. Wake this back and hit him again. But we're serious. We are serious. I mean, you have some kind of infatuation with children in this country and beyond. Secret tunnels, caves with piles of baby shoes in it with bleachers on both sides. 231 children per day in this country alone just ups and disappear. You want to know the truth? Some of them as sex slaves, and some of them as food. Yeah, some of them for ritual, sex slaves and food. I know you don't want to hear this kind of shit, but we at the point now where we have to come to grips with some things. Like I did. I had to come to grips with this motherfucker have tried to kill me over and over and over and over. Even in the spiritual realm, I added it all up. Even as a little boy, my first out-of-body experience done with any kind of knowledge in terms of how to control how I move, the bastard tried to kill me then. He tried to kidnap me, snatch me, and run off with me. I mean, now where he was taking me, I have no idea. But I was too strong then. I struggled, and I got the fuck away from them bastards spiritually. But that's when I understood, even as a kid, that there are other things that occupy the same realm you do. Kid, be careful out there. they know who you are. Now, I didn't think that as a boy, but the last few days have made me look backwards a lot. And like I said, it's forced me to come to reality with some things. I'm dealing with a set of people or a set of beings or spiritual actors that would engage in things like burn children in bronze statues' arms, glowing red hot under charcoal, and beat drums and sing as loud as they could so they couldn't hear the screams of the very babies that they bake fry. This is the cold hard reality. This is the cold hard reality. And you see the point by point. I mean, on the linear map, I tried to get him here. I had to kill 1,000. Damn it, I missed. I had to get him over here. I had to kill a few thousand, and seems like I missed. Dumb ass. And this is where the anger comes in, right around here. Right about this point right here. So let me get this straight. You launch an attack. You miss the target. You know you missed the target, and you use the same strategy again and miss the target again. Now you're driven mad by people like Moses to the point that we'll just kill all of their babies then. That someone sneaked a little bastard in over here. Okay, we shall kill them all. I mean, what the hell, man? What is it with you and children? I mean, you know what? I didn't bump into it, I came across it. It wasn't like I was looking for it, but there it was. I seen men dressed in battle fatigue of one order or the other. And you know what they did? In a village, this one I knew. I mean, it's been 25 years ago when they had VCRs. For those of you who don't know what a VCR is, video cassette recorder. It was a big ass box that took up a lot of space. And anyway, look it up. It's all like a dinosaur now, but for us it was big shit. We could go to Blockbuster. Do you have a Blockbuster? Okay, then don't laugh, because we had a Blockbuster. You got Netflix. Anyway, once you come to grips with the reality of the situation, and I did, I mean, goodness gracious, and like I said, knowing and understanding is two different things. I knew, but for the final, oh man, I mean, the final leg of it is what I would call it. The final piece of the puzzle that God had to know would set my ass ablaze. He had to know it, and the devil had to know it too. He had to know it. This is going to set a fire under his ass here. If he finds out, he's going to be angry, and I did. And I wasn't angry. I was enraged, livid, knowing that I can't really express it like I would really want to, for all kinds of reasons. One of them, we were in the middle of a storm trail. Have you seen the weather when I get angry? That's why we should avoid it. So I had to deal with it. But good weather now. Decent weather now. It's not a lot of one-ton energy just waiting out there like, are you ready? Because we ready. Whenever you say go, we go. And I'm like, how you doing? Now you go. Because I have to think about you. Now out in the woods, in the country, I wouldn't have to think about you. I just let the shit go. But here, I got to think about you. because you are vulnerable. I keep telling you this. You are so vulnerable. You don't have thick skin. You don't have fat between your skin and your muscle and your bones. Not the kind that's gonna save you from any real fucking attack. You don't have thick. I mean, you don't have fur. You don't run very fast, despite what you think as you watch your sports. You don't have sharp claws, and you don't have teeth. Yet somehow you've made it to be known as the apex predator. Amazing. It's got to be the brain, because it damn sure can be anything else. And I am off the beaten path now, ain't I? Ain't I? I am. But anyway, as the final piece of the puzzle hit and fit, then I started going backwards in time. 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 55 years, 57 years, and I could see it. Oh, I could see it then for real. This son of a bitch has been trying, he's willing to kill everybody to kill one. Everybody to kill one. Wow. And this is a military strategy? This is a military tactic? You can't even call it tactic as in tactical. It's like taking a 12 gauge and shooting at flies. Yeah. It's like taking a 12 gauge and shooting at a pile of flies. Yeah, of course you're going to get some of them, but trust me, not all of them. But that's not the point. That's not the point. What do you think God is? So you think that you could set up him to be killed by you? And then I got even madder. What the fuck? We're gonna have to kill this dude. Okay, this is what it's all come down to. We're gonna have to kill this guy. There's just no way out of it. He's lost his mind. He's running around like a rabid dog, foaming at the mouth, attacking everything. Everything. If it looked like it might be pregnant, if I can attack it. Is that a male child in that damn crib? Attack it too. Is that is that a boy swinging on a swing? Fucking attack it. Okay. I tell you how we're gonna do this here, Mr. Devil. How we gonna do this here? No more chasing. No more running. No more hiding. See, we thought we ended this when I appeared. On the horizon, if you will. Remember that fateful day when I appeared and everything started turning in circles? Yeah. Wild animals started walking in circles. Domesticated animals started walking in circles. Even the geese started flying in perfect circles. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen ducks use me like a lighthouse coming in for a damn landing. See, so we don't have to do this particular span of it. What I'm trying to say without being too disrespectful is that you don't have to chase anymore. I'm here. You failed on the infiltration. You failed. Chalk it up and charge it to the game. You failed. After all those murders and all that mayhem and screaming and anguish and pain and suffering and misery, slaughter, burn, drown 'em, do whatever you got to do, but don't let that little bastard come through this timeline or that time period. Or this, if we can stop him, and then you fail over and over and over, and instead of you switching tactics, switching strategies, you continue with the same one, and you kill more and more, running down from the Canaanites through the Philistines, through the Moabites, And that particular group, that's what's them got anyway, all the way to Romans, Greeks, and every fucking program has been about one thing, stopping one man, and you failed. You failed. I'm talking to the devil. The rest of y'all just be quiet. I'm going to asperse him for just a moment. You failed. You failed. Murder, 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 murder. I know how you feel about it. You're already in a bad situation, so you may as well just keep doing more of it, because nothing about the situation is going to change. And you probably be right. And like I said earlier, it's a damn shame that you can't hurt more than you hurt before you die. I mean, you know, it ain't every day that you're going to make me... Are you trying to make me question God's design as far as physical attributes here, and trying to trap me in some kind of disrespect for my father? But I'm just trying to say I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I mean, at some point, you have to see this for yourself. What's impressive here? What is impressive? I mean, what's different from him and man? And I done been around some fucked up men and around some fucked up men doing some fucked up shit. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? No, there's no difference. None. The only difference is the power he brought from heaven to earth has been used and blasphemed against, because the power is a father, and that power is one of possession, one of what I like to call body hopping. That's all of the father. That's not of the spiritual realm. They didn't create it. Everything is a creation of the knowledge of the father. Yet here this bastard is just running his ass around, running telling everybody he's all powerful. How do I serve you? First do what thou will. And then I started thinking, that shit, it goes well until you come across a man like me. First do what thou will. Well, first thing I would like to do is to kill your ass. May I have an address? I'll make this shit fair. A phone number. I'll send your ass a text. And I'll let you know when the game has begun. I will call you when I'm, say, 100 miles out, an hour and a half maybe. You can prep the situation as you will. I'm just saying, we done running and we done hiding. I mean, I ran all through time. Shit, I ran from fucking Houston to Dallas, from Dallas to Austin, from Austin to San Antonio, from San Antonio to New Mexico, from New Mexico to Denver, and from Denver to Colorado Springs, and I had my fucking moment right about then. After spending $4,000-5,000 running from motherfuckers that just won't stop chasing. Yeah, I thought that I would be run out of the city and they would stop chasing at the county line. That's not what happened. They kept chasing across the county line, across the city lines, across the state lines. So at some point, I reached my fucking moment. I reached my fucking moment. And I understood that it's just as... there's no difference in dying in Houston and dying in Colorado Springs, for example. Or maybe even Idaho. It's all the same thing. A dead man is just as dead in Idaho as he is in fucking California. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. This is without fail. But that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're not talking about flesh and bone here. No, we're talking about this fallen one over here that hides within human bodies. Yes, you do. You. First, it's the spirits. Of course it's the spirits, but who influences the spirits? influence my ass. They are terrified of the demons. In fact, the spirits would rather to deal with my ass than to deal with the demons. That's a fact. That is a fact. But I say fuck the demons with they pretty ass, looking like Baphomet with a fucking makeup artist. You sit your funky, pretty, sexy, nasty ass down. Now do what you do. Boy, you lucky that I realize that there's children listening right now. Else this would get explicit. Explicit. You need to know how I really feel about you when you put on all that dizzy face stuff and you walk around. You got to be careful around me. I mean, hey, a man do what a man do, and a man ain't anyway. But the idea that I was gonna keep running, when I think I should have listened when I got to Dallas. I think as I was leaving Dallas, a strange demonic, or maybe it was angelic, it was a bunch of strange shit happening. I mean, I'm walking down the street and they have stolen. Man, these people are crazy. I'm not going to even talk about that. But I had just lost everything. And I'm walking down the street. Lucky I still had my wallet. Golly, you can't turn your back for just a couple of seconds? Apparently not. Everything gone. And including a very, very, very old Bible that's irreplaceable. Irreplaceable. Very old. I'm talking about with all of the missing books in it that was printed in the late 1800s. I was upset. But as I walked down the street, looking at the little fishes as I walked across the overpass, a man crossed the street in front of me, and he said, "There is nowhere to run." This is what the strange man told me. A stranger. I mean, that's how my life was. Never know. There's nowhere to run. And guess what? 5 states later, it sunk in. There's nowhere to run because this is the Matrix. Run where? And run from who? And run to who? It's all the same. It's all the same. It really doesn't matter. My point being is we don't have to do this anymore. It's not me who hides. It's not me who hides. It is me who roar. Roar out loud. Setting the boundaries in the fucking jungle for every other animal out there. If you can hear me, then you're too fucking close. That's how the lion thinks. And his roar can rumble at least a couple of miles on a quiet night. And everything knows we too close. We need distance. Respect. So, if we can just get this gentleman to pull what's left of the angel inside of him out, there is something left, huh? There is something left. Or have you been hanging around man so fucking long that you think like a man, walk like a man, act like a man, want to experience man? Oh, you one messed up entity. I would never want to willfully experience man. Never. In fact, some of the fallen said, "Lord, we will never do it again. Our hands will never know human flesh again. I promise you. It's just ain't worth it. It ain't worth it." Well, I'm like them. See, man is man, and I am who I am. We don't get it mixed up. You got it mixed up. You have become him, and he thinks he you. You gave his ass a 20-page booklet And you make him God right off the button. Do what thou will. Well, bitch ass nigga, that make me God. What the fuck I'm gonna worship your ass for? You lucky I don't grab you by them sexy horns there. I mean, do you polish them or what? Sexy horns. Sexiest horns I've ever seen. I mean, I aim to insult him because I want the rest of you to understand how deep the matter goes. It's not us who hide. See, our plan is simple, but it may fail because it depends on some amount of angel being left in him, some amount of angelic pride, angelic ego. You see what I'm saying? So it may fail, but we need him to face us and come out of hiding as we have come out of hiding. He still wants to play peekaboo. He still wants to play hide and go seek. He is the one who wants to avoid Armageddon. He is the one who wants to avoid the apocalypse. He is the one who wants to avoid war and bloodshed. All of a sudden, he's a peacemaker. All of a sudden, he's a goddamn peacemaker. Ain't that something? Anyway, our plan is quite simple, and that is to force him out. When we say out of the body, get out of the flesh and bone, he should be tired of it, because we tired of it. We tired of the flesh and bone. I am tired of flesh and bone feeling, flesh and bone hearing, flesh and bone talking. You see what I'm saying? This jibber jabber. We don't have to do this. We both know we don't have to do this. We both know we don't have to move our lips and tongues and vocal cords to talk to each other. There's all kinds of ways of doing this shit. But yet, Satan fails. Maybe he knows of his shortcoming. Maybe he understands that I'm already fucked. He's right. If I miss the infiltration, then I am so done, because once that touched the planet, it will spread like a virus, uncontrollably. And that it has done. That it has done. But he should know I'm not enraged anymore. It's more matter-of-factly now. It's just matter of fact, like everything else. It simply doesn't matter. But the profound coming to grips with the reality of all of these people have died for me to be here. Oh, my friend, I knew that, but really just being forced to look at it, as I was forced to see, or understand rather, what you put, shall we say, to just go there, how you killed me last time. We finally got that off our chest. We finally got, we went somewhere. We turned the corner, folks. We turned the corner. Ring the bell and give him a lollipop. Give him what he wants, a cup of coffee. He turned the corner. He finally said it. I understand. I understand. But yet I ate that. I kind of treated it as more of the character makeup, okay? Just the character makeup. Yeah, it was meant to happen. It was meant to be. It was spoken and it was done. No need to harbor too much anger here. Not too much. And I was forced to fight off my own rage. Because the idea that something so small, and I'm going to be straight with you. I mean, oh, God love y'all. God love you. He love you. He love you. There was a cadre of angels ready to kill everything alive at that execution. They were enraged. They were enraged at Jesus himself They were what I term livid, trembling with anger, trembling with anger. Okay? God had to hold them back. Mike was saying all he got to do is say so. No, I think he's going to do it. He's going to do it. I think he's going to do it. He's going to go through with this one. Mother, son of a mother. Oh, wait a minute. Ought to be chaste. The devil must have believed in the resurrection. I mean, you do believe. Now, maybe if you could tell the rest of your minions that they should believe too. We don't call it faith around here. See, I don't have faith in anything. I don't even have faith in God. I believe. I don't have faith in God. I haven't had faith in God in the better part of 8 to 10 years. I have transcended faith. I have transcended faith. I believe. I am what I believe. Now, that's some kind of heavy-ass shit. But not for the devil. The devil gets it. It's sort of how Jesus could walk on the water. Anyway, it takes a bunch of discipline. But first it takes belief. And that whole philosophical statement of, I am what I believe. Now, who does the devil believe I am? And we're running out of time here. Yeah, we're running out of time. Who does the devil believe I am? Huh? Now, me personally, I wouldn't give myself a name because I was afraid. Oh yeah, I was fearful. I would not let man or the angels or the devil himself make me tell humankind who I was for several reasons, but both of them based in fear. See how honest I am? Both based in fear. Both of they not gonna like me. They gonna hate me. Oh, they're gonna want to kill me. And I was right on every. I was right. I was right. Okay? And they did all that shit. They did. But was it them really? But the other motivating factor was this. I wasn't going to hell for nobody. For you to try to convince me. Angels or not. Angels or not. That you want me to you trying to say that I am that man. And you're trying to wake me up and, well, let's just say I offered resistance, but they kept shaking the bed. I go back to sleep and they shake the bed. I go back to sleep again and they shake the bed. In the meantime, I'm shedding my skin. And I came into the understanding by, you have no idea how many clues have been left. I keep telling you, I even have the holes that the bastards drove nails or stakes through in the bottom of my feet. I should sell photographs of them. Oh, yeah. Oh, God led me down the path. Oh, yeah. To this day, it was, think of it as a stigmata. As a stigmata, okay? As proof of me being who I am. The holes are still in the bottom of my feet. And I was even willing to let that go. But then it just got personal. How far are you willing to go? How many are you willing to kill? At some point, can we just get to what we doing? Because the rest of these people really, due to how the good Lord made them, they really don't have a chance with you. They really don't have a chance with you. It's not even fair. That's not even a fight. I mean, this is total takeover of one's consciousness and takeover and control of life as we know it itself, all all from power gleaned from what God gave you, and this has to be some kind of heavenly crime. This has to be a heavenly crime. I mean, the shit that. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up because you're in big trouble. But my point is, to both man, living and dead, and to the devil, could y'all please talk to him and tell him gigs up? Tell him gigs up. And that it's not necessary to continuously preach to the choir, because at some point I started thinking, well, he's still trying to look like he's tough and buffed and powerful for the choir. I guess he do it for the acquisition of girls and wealth and money and fame, but that ain't it. No, he don't give a fuck about none of those things. No, I'm starting to think that he believes it's finally sinking in. It's finally sinking in that we're toward the end of this now. Now, like I had said earlier, I don't know what to tell the guy except to, anyway, at this point, I'm not even rendering advice anymore. I just want the killing to stop. We can kill each other. I mean, and this one bothers me, all that shit talking. If you'd have heard him in 2017, 2019, 2018, you would have heard nothing bravado, nothing but robotic, masochistic ass bullshit he was both doing and talking. Now all of a sudden it's mom. I don't want the problem. I guess all of a sudden he loves mankind. He's afraid of the destructive nature of a real battle.
Daryl,
Yes.
could you please check on Ralph and see what he needs? I'm busy.
Really? I'm in the middle of audio. In the middle of a real battle. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here. I am source. I am seven. I am one. Think about it. He controls you and nothing else. What he gonna fight with? His hands?